Hey guys, I'm Andrea, and today I'm going to be reviewing Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Yeah! Cinder is the first book in the Lunar Chronicles. This is a retelling of Cinderella, except for, in this case, Cinder is a cyborg, which if you don't know what that is, a cyborg is basically a mix of both human and machine. So basically, Cinder, when she was young, I don't remember how old, she got in an accident, and because of that, she became a cyborg in order to heal her. She has a fake leg and a fake arm, and then it's also just wired throughout her whole body, like her eyes and just everything. So she's a cyborg, but the cyborgs are looked down on compared to just normal humans. And just like the typical Cinderella story, we have the horrible, evil stepmother, and then she has her two sisters. Except in this, she has a sister in which is nice to her and she likes, and then she has the typical horrible stepsister. Cinder is 16, and she is the best mechanic in the land, and that is what she works, and that's what she does. And it is then that she meets Prince Kai. Prince Kai comes into her shop to get one of his androids fixed, and that is how they meet. Obviously, had to do something with the prince, considering it's Cinderella. Yay. This is a wonderful, wonderful, fantastic, beautiful book. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This book is extremely predictable. I mean, obviously the Cinderella elements are predictable because it's a retelling, but there is also the kind of just other parts about it that were extremely predictable. One of the biggest things about it, which you learn pretty much right at the end of the book, I figured out by probably like page 90 or so. There wasn't any real twists or anything. There was like I knew everything before it happened. Yet, despite that, it was still good. And I just wanted to keep reading to see how exactly things would turn out. And it was a really good story, and I liked the characters. At least for me, it was extremely predictable. I think a lot of people it was pretty predictable for. So if you haven't read this yet, even though pretty much everyone has read this, if you haven't and you're seeing this, then I would say that don't be super discouraged if you know what's exactly is going to happen, because there is more to it. It's just cool seeing things actually happen between Cinder and the prince and all that other fun stuff. So that is the end of what I'm going to say without spoiling anything in this book. So if you have not yet read this book and you don't want it to be spoiled, then I suggest you click off of this video and then come back after you've read it, because I don't want to spoil anything to you and I'm about to do spoilers. So thank you so much for watching. Come back when you've read it. Bye. Okay. Cinder, huh? That was good. That queen, man. She's horrible. The thing where she can project herself being beautiful. And that's kind of cool. I mean, but at the same time, totally horrible. And she's actually this ugly little snake underneath. I mean, not a snake, but you know, a snake. I really liked Prince Kai. I thought he was and if he asked to be to the ball, I would be there. 100% be there. 100%. And then her stepmom. I mean, you expect her to be horrible because, I mean, obviously it's a Cinderella retelling. But, you know, it still gets me every time just how horrible she is. I mean, I get that she is not your real daughter. I get that. I mean, okay. But that doesn't mean you can treat her like she's nothing. I mean, she literally, she hands her over to death and is like, there you go, have fun. And you're like, what a bitch. You know what the thing that was, really stupid? Not the book, but, the people in the book. You're just like, why are they so against cyborg? If you get in an accident today and you want to live, then you're going to become a cyborg. But do you want really everyone else to look at you weird? They're less human. That advanced technology is cool enough, the fact that they can save people. I don't understand why they're less human for having machine parts. I mean, that saved their lives. It's not like they just waltzed in and was like, give me machine parts. Get rid of my human parts. I want to be a machine. They still have all their human nature and human mind and everything. They're not machines. So, though I really did like Cinder's, like how it's all like connected to her brain and nervous system and everything. And I thought that was like really cool, like how she got everything and like all the pings or whatever they're called, transmissions, like, and she could like see them in her eye, and like that stuff was cool. I thought that was, I mean, that was handy. I wouldn't mind having that. And I liked how it could switch off her like lunar abilities, because that, I mean, that really did save her. She probably would be dead right now. When it says someone's lying, oh my gosh, I would love that. Can I have that? That would be nice. Because I'm not a person who can tell that stuff really easily. I'm an extremely trusting and gullible person. But that would be really nice, because then I wouldn't get screwed over so much. Oh, and when she went to the ball and she was looking like that, I felt for her. I was cringing a little bit. I was embarrassed for her. I was like, oh, and then she's being announced. And she's not even really dressed right. She has this muddy, wrinkly dress, and then these oily gloves, and her hair and makeup, it's just not really done, and you're just like, oh, sorry. I found it really heartbreaking at the ball when Cinder thought he was talking about her being a cyborg. So she thought he accepted that, and he so, you know, liked her for her, and he was really just talking about her sister dying. And then she's like, oh. And then when he finds out, and he just seems kind of disgusted and put off, and you're like, no, Kai, don't believe what everyone tells you. She's still awesome. She's still a person. And then, you know, he's doubting if it was real because she's lunar, and just like, Kai, come on. And I know he's gonna end up, they're still gonna end up together, obviously, and he's gonna get past it. But just at first, you're just like, no, just get past it right now. Just be okay with it right now. Just when the ending came, I was like, excuse me, that can't be the ending. That sounds like the beginning to me. Why are we ending this already? I just wanted the next one because I'm like, Kai needs to know. Kai needs to know. Even though, like, I knew, like, 10 years earlier. And then you're just, like, you want him to know that she's the princess. And you're like, come on, Kai, put it together. She's the princess. As soon as they mentioned the princess once in the story, the first time they mentioned her, I was like, Cinder's gonna be the princess. So that was pretty easy, which then made it obvious that she was lunar. I also knew that the doctor was lunar, like, right away. When she first, like, was like, oh, I don't want to hurt him, I was like, that dude's lunar. So yeah, like I said, it's extremely predictable. Nothing really surprised me. But I still really liked it. This book was really good. This review was probably a jumbled mess. I need to start taking notes and actually planning out what I'm going to say rather than just being like, okay, girl, sit down, talk. Even though I read this a week ago, just talk about it. Hopefully I'll be reading the other ones soon once I get them. And that's cool. Thank you so much for watching this review of Cinder by Marissa Meyer. And let me know in the comments what you think, what you thought. If you haven't read this, if you haven't read it and you've gone this far, then obviously I've spoiled things for you, but you can't be mad at me because I told you, so, I mean, whatever, do whatever you want. I won't stop you. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!